I wasn't planning on making a video this quickly, but I got sick and I had crazy fever dreams. And then I woke up to what feels like a crazy fever dream. One of my friends had sent me over some nice AI slop to look at, but it's getting weird. The AI slop isn't as sloppy as it used to be. Now, for anybody that might not have been on this channel before today, for one, like and subscribe. But also, the only quote-unquote claim to fame on this channel so far is a Dragon Ball fan animation that got 14k views. And though I've been making these goofy little commentary videos, I did plan on eventually getting back to doing some fan animations and hopefully some original animations as well. But hey, it was just one video, what's the big deal? Well, then I got on Discord and then I saw another video, and that one was almost crazier than the first one. And then my friend, who was determined to send me into an existential crisis, sent me another video. Jokes aside, it was my friend Sphinx Artist, and you should go follow him on Instagram because he's probably one of the best Dragon Ball artists I know. Alright, that's enough of me being nice. So what's the point of this video? Well, I guess it's mainly just, are fan animators and animators in general just cooked? And I won't hide the ball too much, I think the answer is kind of yes. But what are these videos? What am I freaking out so much about? Well, let's take a look at some of them. Alright, quick side note here, I did mute the sound because though I do believe it is generated, I'm sure it's probably taking clips from the actual shows and stuff like that, so I really don't want to have to deal with any of that. Also, I'm going to be super pissed if I get copyright claimed by an AI video. But look at this shit. I mean, that looks like Dragon Ball. Period. No questions asked. And it was just generated. Let's just take a quick scroll through here. The amount of time it would take for me to draw all of this, I mean, background and all that included, is just insane. And this was just generated. Sure, are some of these images kind of wonky? Yeah, but I don't think they look any wonkier than, some of the in-betweens in a Dragon Ball episode. This one definitely has a little bit of the blurring and stuff, but I mean, you're talking about fractions of a second. That doesn't really matter that much whenever it's coming to animation. You're trying to show the motion. Now that looks pretty weird right there, but even with it looking kind of weird, for one, like I said, it's an in-between, so it's a split second, and there's different artistic flares that they'll put in those little seconds anyways to make things look kind of weird. But that aside, what's stopping somebody from just going in and touching up those little, bits here and there? I mean, it would take no time at all to get in there and just fix up some of these images. It's just insane to me. This is where we've gotten. A couple years ago, they were struggling to make hands, and then now they're literally making Dragon Ball. I mean, this is Dragon Ball. Also, just a little side note, Sora, I could have this thing out of here within an hour with Photoshop. So if you're actually trying to get people to not just straight up take this stuff, yeah, good luck. Now, in this next video, there's definitely more wonky stuff. But take it at face value, try and look at it as a whole, and also compare it to what we've seen before. Some of this stuff is just wild, and some of this stuff could be used. That's the thing that's crazy to me, is it's just some of this could be used in the anime and nobody would even bat an eye at it. Some of this stuff is just that quality. Now again, yeah, some of it's goofy stuff like this. Some of it, but even with it being goofy, they look on model. It's just wild. This looks stupid. This totally looks stupid. This is probably the worst one I saw. But even the worst one I'm seeing doesn't look half bad, and it doesn't look like I couldn't just clean it up. This one hurt my feelings. Yeah, no, it's not Miyazaki yet, but geez. Come on, they're getting way too close for comfort. This one's nuts. I don't know what anime this is from or if it's something original, but yeah, I mean, look at it. Just look at it. This is crazy. It looks like Hunter x Hunter. I mean, It's kind of weird. And it's like, it's so weird, like, how they had to have obviously trained the models off of the actual animes. Like, they had to have, right? Because they're too on model. Like, you're not getting all of this from, like, fan art and fan animation. This has to be trained off of the original animes. I mean, I don't think there's any question about it. I just don't see where this falls whenever it comes to, like, the legality of this stuff. But I mean, once it's out there as well. I mean, like, you could have an episode of something generated in no time, and then all of a sudden, you know, what are you going to do once it's on the internet? It's on the internet. Like, it's not going anywhere. Sure, you could, like, sue some people, I guess, and maybe get some money out of it, or just claim it in some way and get some money out of it. But then that's also, like, completely destroying the fan animator community whenever the fan animators are also getting copyright claims all of the time because something looks like something. Or what if you get to a point where you make an animation and you're heavily inspired by a certain art style? Is that art style now going to be copyright claimable? If I make something that looks similar to Studio Ghibli, or if I make something that looks similar to Toriyama, is that going to be copyright claimed if I use a very similar art style? All right, I got one more clip I want to look at real quick, and this falls more into like the live action and 3D animation realm of things. And, well, here, we can just watch it and then you'll know. It's a video of Sonic the Hedgehog making a giant snowball using his spin attack. And, yeah, there's definitely some weirdness here. Like, one little thing, like, why has he got another snowball right here that he's making the big snowball with? But, you know, outside of that, here, let me try and get to a frame of Sonic. Like, that's pretty wild, guys. That's pretty nuts, and that's pretty on model for the Sonic movie, so I'm sure this was trained off of the Sonic movie, not to keep bringing up that point over and over again, but it does make me wonder if they have the rights to be doing that. I don't know. Now, I don't necessarily know what I'm saying with this video besides AI is wild, and I'm sure you've heard AI is wild 1,000 times by now. But as it gets crazier and crazier, it really makes me wonder, what is the future of the animation industry? What is the future of the film industry in general? How much of the future is just generative AI? Now, I could ramble on and on about how the industry is definitely going to move in this direction, how studios are going to basically be forced to use this technology just to keep up. But I don't want to doomer pill everybody at the end of this video. Yes, this stuff is crazy. And yes, it's going to be harder and harder for fan animators or animators in general to get their stuff out there when they're competing with wave after wave of AI content. But I guess at the end of the day, it kind of like is dependent on why you're doing this art in general. Like, for example, the Metal Sonic animated trailer I put on here, I literally made that for my son because he thought it'd be cool to see Metal Sonic in live action. Or even the Moro animation that I did. I did that as a rallying cry to try and get more and more people to do more Moro animations because I didn't think that we were going to get to see that from Toei anytime soon. And here we are years later and we still haven't gotten it, so I should get to work, I guess? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of us that do art do it because we love doing art. It's hard to not make art. Be it a stupid commentary video, be it a painting, be it a fan animation. It's hard to not do art for people who like to do art. So fuck generative AI. If you love doing art, keep doing art. And thanks for watching.